Well, tonight, former President Barack Obama is weighing in on President Trump's election fraud claims as Joe Biden moves forward with transition plans.
Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo is live at the White House with the very latest developments. Ross.
Calvin and Nicole, breaking tonight. Donald Trump's own administration in the Department of Homeland Security tonight saying, quote, the November 3rd election was the most secure in American history. There is no evidence that any voting system was in any way compromised yet. The president still tonight claiming that this election was rigged. He is still not publicly speaking other than saying those things on Twitter. But former President Barack Obama is tonight speaking.
The president doesn't like to lose.
President Barack Obama speaking out as Donald Trump refuses to concede and as Republican leadership is still supporting his claims that the election is not over.
I'm more troubled by the fact that other Republican officials who clearly know better are going along with this. It is one more step in delegitimizing not just the incoming Biden administration, but democracy generally. And that's a dangerous path.
But as Trump remains on his now silent path with no public remarks in more than a week, while continuing to light up Twitter with baseless claims of a rigged election, Republican support is beginning to crumble.
We need to consider the former vice president as the president-elect. Joe Biden is the president-elect.
The biggest blow coming from their biggest political operative, Karl Rove, bluntly writing in the Wall Street Journal, this election result won't be overturned.
Trump has not lost.
Even Senator Lindsey Graham, now one of several Senate Republicans, saying Biden and his team should receive the critical daily presidential briefings, some even threatening to take action.
If that's not occurring by Friday, I will step in as well and to be able to push and to say this needs to occur.
Has the president considered that?
That would be a question more for the White House.
But she is the White House press secretary, claiming to simultaneously speak for the campaign in her personal time. The entire outrageous situation, even too much for close personal friends of the president.
But time coming soon to say goodbye with grace and dignity.
Democrats say it goes well beyond dignity. And in America dealing with 242,000 deaths, 10.6 million infections, and 42 states, including Florida, left in the red zone.
They're engaged in an absurd circus right now, refusing to accept reality.
Well, the reality is the president hasn't attended one of his own coronavirus task force meetings in months. In fact, he hasn't been to one since August. And Calvin and Nicole, regarding this latest surge that's hitting the entire country and Florida, the president has made no comment about that in public and not even tweeted about it.
Our Ross Palumbo live at the White House. Ross, thank you.